Hello once again today. Welcome to Utundi, the podcast again. As you see today, I'm surrounded by beauty all over. You know, there's good things here at Utundi. Now we have a great topic to talk about today, and before we start, I want to give a shout out to our amazing supporter who've made us look great today. It's called Nyakotsi, the brand. You see, I'm pretty sure as you see we are looking great today. So because of Nyakotsi, they have amazing clothes for different occasions. All right, the topic of today is school. But before we start, I want us to holla to these beautiful ladies that are surrounding me. What's up?
Well, everything is good. All is well. I am Shamira Teta Karima, and I live in Kigali.
Welcome, Shamira.
Thank you so
much.
much.
Welcome to Utundi. We're happy to have you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, welcome, Benie.
Thanks. I'm Benie Shamilla, Kigali, Rwanda.
Okay. As you see, if you've never been to Kigali, you need to be here because it's beauty all over. All right, back to our topic. So today we are going to talk about internal concentration on these, I can say, medium goals that we have in life. And here I mean like building a house, and I mean like the marriage, I mean buying your first plot, I mean getting a car, stuffs like that. Mm-hmm. What's your take on this?
Well, I feel like I have a lot of different perspectives when it comes to medium goals. Because first of all, are you going to university? Because how are you trying to pursue whatever you want to pursue? Okay. If you go to college, are you succeeding? Do you see your grades giving you a better overview of what you want to achieve in the future? Because if you start failing at the end of the day, that is where we get discouraged. You feel like, if I cannot do this little thing, how am I going to do the bigger ones?
Oh, that's hell of a quote.
It is.
Guys, we need to quote that.
Yeah.
How about you?
I mean, Shamila got me on my knees. I can't really wait to hear us talking about these medium goals and how people approach them, the challenges we made, how people see us after the success. I really can't wait to hear us talking about this.
So I want to see, where does everyone here stand on goals? Like, what's your nearest goal? What's the next thing you want to achieve? Like from today?
I mean, I would say I can't wait to start my own business. I've been striving for that a lot for like the past 5 years, and I can't wait to start my own business. I would say that's my nearest goal so far.
What are you waiting for?
Enough capital, I would say. Well, people say that capital is never enough, but there is a set amount of money which I see can start my business, my dream business. And once I tick on that point, damn, I'll be there.
We have a future business owner here. It's great having you here.
Thank you.
So that is really even not a medium goal. That's big. See, I honor every business. It has a concept. It has an idea. Maybe it's something that was born in you like 5 years ago. That's a lot, man.
Sure.
So it has to be something good, something big. How about you?
Well, oh my God. Well, I cannot wait to graduate from university. That is the first thing that I want to do for now. And then after the graduation, I want to see myself influencing younger people than me to doing what they want to do and achieving what they want to achieve.
Okay,
that's a good one.
By saying that, I must think in your age, if something that you have a zeal to achieve is influencing young people, is maybe you haven't had much of an influence in your time. So what's the problem you want to solve by becoming an influencer? I mean, we have some like today.
Well, yeah, true. Well, I do not want to become an internet influencer, if that makes sense. I don't want to be on influencing people on Instagram. No, I want to influence people in real life. they see Shamilla and they want to be like Shamira at the end of the day. If you can see, I feel like if you can see Louise Mushikiwabo, you be like, I want to be like that lady. So that is what I picture myself to achieving. That is what I want. So if a person can look at Shamilla and be like, wow, Shamilla has done a great job, I want to be like Shamira. That is what I feel like. I want to achieve that so bad that if I have it, I will be having everything I want to have.
And where are you so far on that?
Well, I feel like I am not yet halfway there, but I have started. I train students, I mentor students on businesses.
Oh wow!
I coach the debate teams. So through that, if I can be able to teach you and you be able to know something, well, through that you don't be like
fan of yours and this debate
you're
stuff.
halfway there.
He's a
True.
great debater.
I've been seeing Shamilla debating like since senior 6, and she was banning it.
Oh really? That must be
like 4 years ago.
4 years. Oh.
Yeah,
4 years.
4 years actually.
It's a lot
I
of
feel
time.
like 4
It's a
years.
lot of time.
Well, yeah, it is a lot of time. So if a person can still be like, if she can teach me, so if I do another thing, they're also going to be like, I need to learn from her. That
Okay.
is what I want.
That's good. That's good. We have big goals on the table. I think I need to buy maybe a car. That's my next goal.
That's your next goal.
Yeah.
Buying a car?
Imagine.
Do you have
why
a
is he
license?
buying a car?
Transport is getting costier in
Sure,
Kigali.
you're right.
Yeah. I must be right at some point. And some other point I must be wrong because goals are a lot, but achieving something, I think it can make me proud and happy at the same time. So that's why I want to achieve it. So when we talk about goals and things we want to achieve, here comes something as in a form of a battle, like an internal battle that hits you when you think of something that you want to achieve. For example, in my case, a car. I'll be going everywhere, seeing a car I can afford and comparing to the funds I have right now.
True.
That's so true. Yeah.
100%.
When it comes to funds, you always stuck.
You can
there.
see like a good BMW, expensive, and all you do is say, I'm not buying this, I'm buying some Carina, and you end up like on a Corolla, something really very expensive. So we end up comparing our goals to the things we have right now, like reflecting, and end up minimizing our goals the best way. So what is the best feeling you have when you are thinking about the goal?
Usually I would say most of the feelings are so negative, especially when you see that the goal is a little bit too far from where you're expecting to be. But then there's always a positive thing. Like whenever I see somebody that have already achieved my goal, I'm like, Benie, you can go there, you can get there. Even if it can take me 10 years, 20 years, I'll still be there. So that positive, that encouragement, that motivating feeling keeps me going, But then I wouldn't say that there won't be any negative feeling. It will always be there. If you look at funds and you don't have them already, some skills are missing, you're still on the bottom comparing to where you want to be, a negative feeling is always there. But then a motivation, that intrinsic enforcement, I would say, keeps me going, yeah.
Okay.
That's
How
nice.
about you?
That's nice. Well, I want to start from the crux of where we grew up. So we grew up to the families. I cannot say that there's that rich for you to dream about something so big. But again, coming back to where we are now with the government empowering the youth, now you get to understand that if you dream big, because you can still achieve that. We see people achieving something impossible, I'd say. But again, at the end of the day, But again, at the end of the day, I feel like you have to understand that whatever you do is going to affect what you want to achieve. So if this is something we say, it keeps you awake at night, thinking about not achieving what you want to achieve.
Yeah, sure.
What is going to happen? How are my kids going to live if I'm not able to achieve what I want to achieve? So I feel like the motivation, the people showing you that they can do what you thought was the impossible keeps us going at the end of the day.
That's much like pressure coming all the way.
Yeah. True.
And I would also add, there's a way you see yourself in that dream already. Like,
and it gives you
now
even
I'm the
more
person
pressure.
I want to be. And the pressure keeps you, you can spend the whole night not sleeping. Just the feeling of who you're going to be and what you're going to have once you achieve your dream can keep you up the whole night for sure.
And I want us to visualize these two different scenarios. Is there a time maybe you think you're not doing the right thing for your goal?
Well, that is a tricky one.
Let's talk about this.
At some point, I don't want to like admit that, but yeah, there is always a time you'd be like, Shamilla, this is not what you're supposed to be doing.
I know.
But again, you come back when you're going to sleep at night, you'd be like, God, well, I did not do what I was supposed to do, but tomorrow I need to change that. Well, since we are still growing, well, whatever you do, there's always something that you can do that is not right.
Yeah.
So maybe let me give an example. You might find yourself in studies that they're not kind of like going to lead you to what you want to achieve. Maybe if you're taking finance and you in your mind you want it to be something like a lawyer, you want it to be something bigger than that, and then but again at the end of the day you have to link it, because we've seen that everything is now possible. So you'd be like, let me start at least if I'm best at this, I can also pave way for another thing.
Yeah, sure. We'll get back on that. Paving ways.
Okay.
Do you ever feel like you are not doing the right thing for your goals?
Yeah, sure. To be honest with you, every day there is something that I do and it feels like I went out of the line. Let's talk about spending. Usually if I'm planning to start a business, there is a financial discipline I should have,
Yeah, sure.
Then now I'm meeting my friends and I'm spending 30,000 rand and francs in one night. Before going to bed, I'll be like, did I really spend that? I could have maybe bought some branding stuff for my business, and now I messed everything up. That happens to me every day, but then I have to make sure that tomorrow I covered that gap. And about what Shamilla said, studying what you don't want, that's a big one. I found myself in chemistry, and I've been doing chemistry now for 3 years, and I'm planning to start a business. So you can see how those people are totally different. Not really.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but then I know I'll have to do that regardless of what I took in college. I'll have to start a business as well.
But can't you have a business of doing things with chemistry?
Yeah, I can. But,
she doesn't even like that.
What you're passionate about, what you like, what you love to do, sometimes influence you, and chemistry is not part of that.
Oh, gosh. I'm so sorry.
This is something that we have to reflect on most of the times, because we as people think we are free to do everything. But goals, I repeat, goals are principle based. Like in our life we have a lot of ways we can go. You can do this or do that or else that. But goals, if for example it must be a house, it has to be built. There's no other way around. You can either buy it, but it was built. So sometimes in life we choose to do different things because of the freedom, because nobody is watching us. But if we are so determined about these goals, I think we must have a certain way to go. Like there are to-dos and not to-dos. So how do we know that we are doing the right thing for the goals? I mean, how do we know that the path that we are pursuing is directing us to the goals? Let me first give you my take on this. I think there are different ways towards achieving a goal. For example, a house is to be built. That's the only way. But to build, you have alternative ways. So that's those ways. So those are the ways we might be checking on. We might be pursuing, whether we know it or not. So you might be like looking for money to build that house. You might be finding finances.
Yeah.
But in life we have right and left. Okay. So of these two paths towards achieving a goal, there is also the right and left ways. So most of the times when we say a wrong way of achieving something, it means that it's not the best practice, it's not recommendable, but we end up pursuing
Doing
it most
that.
of the time. Yeah. So whenever you find yourself in pursuit of something and it's a lot easier, like it's too good to be real, sometimes it's not the right way, because a goal must be achieved at a cost, and the cost must be equivalent to the weight of the goal.
To the quality.
Yeah, sure. So that's simply how I know it. How'd you do it?
I would say, while approaching a goal, as you said, you're going to face shortcuts and the main route.
Yeah, sure.
And the main routes are usually the hardest, which we tend to skip most of the time and go for the shortcuts. Yeah. Having an example of the car that you want to buy, if you had an opportunity of someone giving you a car, just by doing a single thing, and then you have to buy yourself a car.
What might that be?
By working for it. By working for it for 15 years.
Yeah.
You have two options standing in front of you at a time. There's a high tendency of you going for that shortcut. You getting a car in just one day. So same as to me, I always have these two options in front of me, because I know that what I'm dreaming is too big and it will definitely take me time and energy, so much investment, skills. I tend to skip the shortcuts and go for the main route.
But sometimes I think the other option is a lot easier to not consider. I mean, like, if you were to work 15 years for something you want to achieve, and you get someone who is giving it to you in exchange to something else, which is not that much, why do I have to consider working for 15 years for the same thing?
Well, at some point, you gotta know that we can see people doing illegal things. And if you try one bit to do that illegal thing, God will use you as an example. So this is what you do. At the end of the day,
that's so true.
I'm telling you, what people do cannot press that kind of a pressure on you to understand, to make you feel like you also have to do things the way that they're doing things. So this is how we start. Maybe a person is going to be watching this podcast. He or she's going to see that Benie is trying to pursue her dreams of building up a business. He or she is going to see that Shamilla is trying to be somebody that younger people can look up to. So he can be like, how about I kind of like invest in this person? How can I do that if I see that they're that good? So the little things that we do always matters. Because you can have that business by next week by doing something, that is not supposed to.
I know, right?
Why are you not talking
tomorrow? Actually,
why are you not talking about that stuff?
We'll talk about it.
People know. People know what that thing is.
Yeah.
So you already know that there is always that way that can make you, do something.
There's always a short blessing.
Yeah, there's always something short. But when you do that, God will use you as an example of not doing that thing ever again in your whole life. So I feel like we should always, start with the fewer things. Because I believe that we're not that young, but again, we're still young. We can achieve what we want to achieve.
Okay, so Thanks for the great insight, by the way.
Thank you.
Now, by saying the right way to achieve something, what can we do? What do you think we can do to stay on the right path? Like, what really keeps us from doing those things? Because if I were like to get a car, I'm so passionate about it. I'm using a car as an example. My goal.
But the car,
Okay.
That's the best one.
I'm using that one. If I were to get it, I know I want it. I know the right way I must use to pursue. So what really can keep me from pursuing that way?
I feel like the principles. Who are you as a person? Does that shortcut really
Your personality.
does that shortcut really determine who you are? Do you feel like you can really sleep at night knowing that you did that thing to get the car? So I feel like at the end of the day, your personality, your principles, your morals, where you come from, need to stop you from doing wrong things but right things. Even though it takes time, like, relax, it's going to come either way. If it is yours, it has to come. Work for it, you're gonna get it.
So does that mean that some people can achieve their goals while others cannot, since it comes down to morals?
Yes, definitely 100%.
Is there something like a person can do to change their morals?
Change their morals?
I feel like, yeah, you can. Talk to people, learn new things, learn about yourself, know who you are, know who you want to be. Do you feel like if you bring somebody else into this earth, that somebody is going to be proud of you? Does that make sense? Because if I have my mom, now my mom has to do things thinking about me.
Thinking about how she's going to be looking in front of you.
Oh.
And how is she going to influence you as well?
Oh, that's great. So,
how about taking it in a way that you have to understand that all the things doesn't have to come at the same time. If I want to be a minister and I can see, let's take an example of being a deputy. You have to be 40 years old, right? And I want to be one when I'm still 22. It means I'm chasing a blessing that is not mine.
It's actually impossible.
Yeah. How about we take it in that way? You have to understand, you have to give yourself that understanding that everything is worth working for instead of worth sitting and something comes to me. Yeah, if it's possible that something can come to me, that's good, because as I said, some shortcuts are really meaningful to take. Some of them are not even, they don't even have negative impacts.
I'm telling you.
That one you can grab it if after the assessment you see that.
So that's actually called take your chance. Those are chances, not
Take
shortcuts.
your chances. Grab each opportunity, but good opportunities.
Maybe next time you tell us how to discern from those opportunities, and because a lot can sound like too much of a blessing, if I may call it so, which should not be considered really towards pursuing a goal. And on my side, I think something that keeps me from doing what I need to do to achieve my goal is doing things I shouldn't. Like it's burning time, it's burning resources. If I were to save up for a car, I don't know if I have to save up either way.
You do.
It's not going to be a shortcut. You should say.
If I were to save up for a car, for instance, and I have those friends who have to take like 30,000 weekly on a weekly basis from me, I don't think I will achieve my goal that easily. So I'm doing things which contradict the path of pursuing getting to my goal. Another thing I have thought about is not knowing what you have to do. So
not having a clear goal. Probably.
You've said about that. Imagine you have plans to be a minister. Even you cannot plan to be a minister, but you have a goal, you dream of being a minister. but you are 22 and you want it to happen overnight. It's not possible. You can never know what to do to do that kind of thing. I mean, it can happen. Under the sun, there's nothing impossible. But it's not something that you can plan. It's not something that you can want and let it be overnight. So not being clear on what you need to do, not being clear on what you need to bring down to as your goal can be detrimental to having it succeed.
Sure.
Okay. Does anybody have something to say about this?
Well, I feel like, knowing what you want, you have to do to achieve what you want to achieve. At the end of the day, when I sit by myself, I might think to myself that I already know what I need to do. I need to succeed.
Yeah,
I need to be disciplined. I need everything like that. But again, in another person's perspective, could be like, that is not exactly what you need to do. So I feel like that is a problem that as young people, Generation Z, that is a problem that we all have. That is a problem that we all have. And I feel like maybe doing these kinds of podcasts, if people get to see this, they might be like, let me try to talk about my journey. How did I achieve what I wanted to achieve? Okay. How did I become a minister? How did I do that? So through all that, the people in the sector that you want to be included in, you can listen to what they did, and then you learn from that. Because I feel like for now, it is only a few people that we can see. Only businessmen can be like, this is how I started. This is how it all went down. This is what we did.
Yeah.
But ministers, nah.
They don't.
Yes. I feel like
I think
they don't tell us how they got to that point.
Do they even know? Do they even know they get appointed? They actually get appointed.
But again, for you to get appointed, there are these
things. There
things.
Some value you have to hear.
There are these things that you did. How did you present yourself? If a person looks at you and they be like, you can be the minister of ICT in Rwanda.
But then, Shamilla, well, what you're saying is right. But then let's even tackle on the people that feel so confident in themselves. There are people that don't really allow themselves to learn, to consult people.
Yeah.
I can sit here and be like, I trust in myself, Benie, I'm enough to take myself to my goal, and I'm now going to be against every consultation from outside. Then let's tell these people something. People that are too overconfident in themselves, because you find that these people are most of the people that don't achieve their goals because they are too confident in wrong short ways.
In the wrong way. Yeah, that is true. I've been hearing a lot about people who like, for me to be rich, I need to sit with the rich people.
I know, right? Just sitting.
Do you see that kind of a mindset?
And that's so wrong.
Yeah. If they go out, you go out with them. Do you have what to spend? These people have money.
Or you have to be there serving them.
Yeah.
All right. Let's again look on this scenario, the second scenario. You have spent sleepless nights working on a goal. You spent almost all your resources. And then, how do you balance your life? I mean, do you have time for your personal life apart from these goals?
Well, I feel like time for myself will be there. I feel like it's going to come. Because if I start thinking about my personal time, now where is the time to do what I'm supposed to do? Because when you get time for yourself, you kind of get so much into that and tend to forget what you want to do to achieve.
And I wonder, what do someone do in a personal time?
A lot.
I would say that.
What do you do personally?
Well, chasing my goals, or me personally?
You personally.
You
like
personally.
in your personal time.
Me personally, if it's not about chasing my goals, I work on myself, like my personality. How do I grow my skills, like the soft skills, communication, and then some time for fun, doing my hobbies, my favorite things to do,
What's your
and
favorite
sleep
thing?
and eat.
What's your favorite thing?
Definitely sleeping and
Eating
eating.
and sleeping. No offense.
Okay. Do you have time for that? Do you think like you have enough time for that?
Currently, I don't, because currently I'm chasing my dreams. I'll get like 3 to 4 hours for myself, and that time is going to be for sleep, for me to be able to work on the next day. But I believe that after some time, I'll have time for myself, time for fun, go to Zanzibar, go to
I'm
Dubai,
telling you.
treat myself on a very perfect moments. But then for now, I would say I don't have time for myself.
I don't know, but at some point, I don't think that's right. Like not having this enough time for yourself, like to take care of yourself, to live, to
Well,
just simply live. Because
Can you live without money?
Time for living needs money.
Time for
You need
living
good
is so
money,
expensive.
but money needs time to come.
Yeah, and
so
it
it
needs your
cannot
hard
come
work.
with you
And
sleeping.
What I was saying by this is, yes, you are chasing goals, you are chasing your dreams, but the goals have to find you alive.
Sure.
And most of the things that we do to chase goals is work sleepless night. For some time I was working. I think the earliest time I could sleep is 1 a.m. So I did that for like 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks between
That
that.
was toxic.
And that was toxic to my health. I stopped when I started getting sick. So, and I imagine if I do this for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, what's going to happen? So what's going to happen is a disease or a terminal disease come out of nowhere and keep me from living my goal that I've worked the whole of my life. So I think there's some practices we have to keep doing to keep ourselves
Healthier.
to keep ourselves healthier. That's a personal moment. I think it should be there. And again, I think we should have like more time to reflect on our life, because when we say personal goals, a person might live. A person must be there for a goal to be a personal goal. So when you're not taking care of that person, even though the goal is achieved, it will no longer be personal. So if you have personal goals you are chasing, I don't know how you include the personal time. So it should be there.
Yeah, sure. That's true. But let's not forget that you get in a situation sometimes where you totally don't have time for yourself. As you said, by the time you were sleeping by situation? 1, I mean, I usually take myself there, but with the same goal, I'm really working hard for that. And you always find yourself sleeping at 1 a.m., as you said, not intentionally. You would say, I'm going to do one thing for just 30 minutes, and now it turns out into a big thing that is going to take you 3 hours when you have to wake up early tomorrow as well.
I can see now it's being hard for you to get me. Doing this, like having a personal time set apart, is something that we have to train ourselves to do. You know why? Another reason I'm going to give to you. Today, you are the only one person you have to take care about. But tomorrow, it might not be just you.
Yeah.
You're getting kids, you're getting a husband.
God.
Anyway, let's go to the next question of ours. When are you getting married? Start by you.
It can be me. I mean, I'm not going to propose to myself. Once they propose to me and I say yes. Once somebody proposed to me and they say yes, we're gonna get married, but it's probably not anytime soon.
Why? Now it's like you're influencing the time.
What do you mean somebody?
That means even if she had someone,
it's not now.
She's pushing him not to do it now.
Yes.
No, not really. People talk about things. Once you're dating someone, you talk about everything. You talk about how you want to start a family.
So you're the one
like
pushing
where
the
do you want to? No, not really. Not me. The two of us.
Are you dating someone currently?
Yeah.
So if he
Oh, boy.
proposes, I'm telling you, you're not going to say no.
Yeah, once he proposes, I'm gonna say yes, but I'm certain he's not going to, because we talk about that.
My
we talk
brother.
about everything. We
My
talk
brother.
about the
That's
steps where we
sweet.
need to take our relationship. So he cannot come up with a surprise of a proposal when we're not ready for that. Yeah.
Wow, that is nice.
How
Paul,
about you?
Paul, take notes.
Share with us. When are you
Who
getting
should take
married?
notes? I mean,
You.
it's not me publicly. It's not me, but my brother. Take notes.
Okay.
Whose
You
brother?
knew it was me.
Shamila's
No.
brother?
I'm saying he should be taking notes on how
Yeah, you
to
should
talk
be taking
to your
notes.
girlfriend or
To your
Hey.
girlfriend, your
Hmm?
relationship.
Okay.
Okay, this sounds silly. Do you have a relationship?
Of course, I have a relationship with all of you.
Nah,
are you
dating
someone?
You definitely know that is not a type of relationship
Yeah.
we're talking about.
Currently, I don't think I'm dating someone.
You don't think?
You don't think?
I don't think so.
Loyalty.
Okay, men
Yeah.
confuse me all the time.
What do you
Shamila.
mean?
I'm definitely not dating someone.
Okay, at least you could have said that. But then if you don't think,
I
it means
see,
you
I
have
don't
someone you're
think.
talking
Let's
to, but
get back to you. When are you getting married?
Well, oh my God. Well, I feel like it's not definitely anytime soon because I want to get married when I'm a person I want to be. For me to be able to influence. You already know what I
We
say.
know how that goes.
Shamila,
No.
influencing in your marriage.
No. I want to influence my kids for them to be proud of a mother that they have.
Okay.
Because I feel like, well, I'm still young at some point. Don't look at me like that. I'm still young. That is something I never think about, getting married. Because there's a lot of things that I want to pass before getting to that.
Actually, I think a different way. Go on.
So yeah, basically that's it. I feel like there's a lot of things I want to achieve before I get to that. Because there's a life I picture and I have to make that happen.
About that, I can never build my dream life before getting married. You know why?
Oh,
Wait,
damn. So you're going to
wait,
buy a car
what?
once you're married. The marriage is tomorrow.
I'm telling you, it's definitely next week.
If he's getting the car
What
after
do you
getting
mean?
married, then we see where it's
I'm
going.
not getting the car the week after. But what I wanted to tell you is, in marriage, people meet with different backgrounds, different understanding, and they have to like shape each other.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, true.
if you've built yourself into this person you want to become, all the inputs that have to be made. So what do you think will happen when you want to keep being this person you strived hard to be, and your spouse is not going the same way? Like you have to change.
Because what is he going to tell me to stop influencing people? Is he going to tell me to stop making money?
I mean,
I don't think that's what-
It's not that. It's not that.
'Cause
That's not what I mean.
As a person.
A part of influencing people is this kind of personality who likes to influence. Maybe is this kind of a person who likes to go out on social media.
Are you compatible? Are you compatible?
Yeah,
Is he
sure.
like your second other? Is he supporting your goals?
That's
Is he
more-
into what
yeah,
you're doing
sure.
currently?
That's more like, you see the saloon sofa set. What if they made it all stuck together before putting them in the house?
Well,
And for some, like when we talk about building yourself into someone, that's something very big. That's something very complex. So the complexier we go, the more sophisticated we go, we become incompatible to a lot of people. So you cannot match with just everyone
That's so
when you've
true.
grown that complex.
That's so true.
But I
You know
feel
what
like-
will happen? You know what?
I can imagine where you're coming from. But again,
let me finish.
if you're in a relationship, you guys are again building yourselves together.
Okay, you're already in a relationship.
Yes.
Oh boy.
So proud of you, girl.
So to get to a point of getting married, you already know your downfalls. You already know how he or she can support you. Because I feel like when you get married, that is not the time for you guys to see if you're compatible. Because you already know if you are. Unless it was in the ancient Rwanda where people got married when they didn't know people. But for now,
Shamilla,
it is great that
a relationship
she told us that
is a
she has
journey.
someone.
yeah.
Because
How certain are you that you are going to
he's
live with
not
that
going
person
to
again?
propose.
I feel do I say I'm certain? I don't know. But again, I feel like that gives me a clear image of if you get into a relationship, that is when you start learning about a person and seeing what you can change a little bit about yourself to be able to meet in between for you guys to
But
be
when you
compatible.
have already built yourself up, it will not be a little bit that you have to change. It will be like a total change you have to make.
Well, you'll be building yourself with that particular person.
Shamilla, you know that getting married is different from simply being in a relationship and you're not married. Once you're dating someone, you get a really short time together, like once a week. Even if you can move in, I don't think moving is already a trend in Rwanda. We're still dating and go back home at night, right? But then once you're married, now you're with
You don't know
someone
how
24/7.
they actually act. You don't know if they snore at night.
Yeah, you're going to see their real selves. If he wasn't supportive, then he's gonna be himself. He's going to show you how unsupportive he is, and now you have no choice.
But again, so you guys are like suggesting that
I'm suggesting
we get married before building ourselves.
No.
I mean, get married anytime
Actually,
you feel
you
like
are
it's
someone.
right.
Yeah, when you feel like it's right.
But I
And
don't
for
think
it
it's
to be
good.
right, it has like stages, you know?
Enlighten me.
Well, for you to know that the time is right, there are different like factors
That has to converge.
that make you feel like that time is right. If you're asked what are those factors that make you feel like the time is right, I might say this time is not right because I myself, managing myself itself, it is not that easy. So if I put another person, it might be too complicated. So you'd be like, one of the factors is, if you were saying getting a car, having
Financial
your business,
stability.
the financial stability, you being educated, you feeling like now you want that kind of relationship to keep going and then get married.
Well, to challenge you a little bit, those are things that can be lost at a certain time. Financial stability, you can be stable today and tomorrow you're not.
Yeah, sure.
But then the personality, yours and your partner's, is it going to be consistent? Like, are you guys going to keep striving forward what you're dreaming? Or if it's about influencing someone, now that the two of you are broke, you're losing sources, you don't have the investment, is he gonna be a supportive partner even in that hard time?
But I feel like at the end of the day, as we grow, we get to see new things. You get to learn things from another person, because some people at the end of the day, they were like, I'm never getting married because of ABC.
Yeah.
So if you feel like your personality and that person is not matching, because let me tell you, the more time you spend with a person, the more you get to see what they can do. How do they think? The more you talk, you see how they, engage into a conversation. So you're going to be like, if this person, if I'm being like, I want to do this and they're not supporting me, now imagine when you want to do a bigger thing, is that person going to support you? Because, let's take an example. Maybe I don't know that kind of a relationship, how it's going now.
Yeah.
You might be like, if I start being too busy, this person is going to lose the interest that maybe he has now. So do you feel like that kind of a factor can make you not do your business?
No, it can't.
True. Now, this is what I'm saying. The personality, everything there is to be, there are things that can change and there are things that you cannot change for yourself. You thinking about yourself, because at the end of the day, marriages also crumble. I'm telling you,
They do.
People divorce.
It's a present trend. It's a
Yes.
present
We
trend.
cannot say marriage is perfect, but at least at this point in our life, it's forecastable, it's manageable. Like you can say, I'm going to do this so that my marriage will go. Maybe it's a part of making an effort to make your marriage right. There's a lot of best practices you can do like right now. So that's why I was suggesting it's good that we get married earlier in our ages. You know why?
Okay.
Why? Enlighten
I'm
me.
pretty sure you have also you have also noticed a lot of I'm not going to say women or men. A lot of people who seems established end up not getting married. That's exactly why life has
end up
got too
feeling
complex, and you cannot live with someone because you have your own principles.
I know, right?
And there is this age that you get in life where your head tells you, I don't have to change. So you don't have to change a thing on me. And you cannot live with a person when you don't learn, when you don't change, when you don't improve. So that's really why marriage has to come in mind of a young person who is thinking about goals. So marriage is one of the goals.
And who is still able to face the challenges.
Oh my god.
To face the
Oh my
challenges,
god.
actually.
But if you were to get married like next year, do you feel ready for, all the challenges? We've seen what happens. We've seen what happens with married people, even the elders.
And what do you think is right? I mean, marrying that old and being divorced by those complexities, and marrying this young, have a lot of challenges. Face
Marrying
a lot
this young.
When he wants to get
Face
married.
No, it's not because I
and
want to
find
get
a way
married.
through those hardships.
But, I feel like at the end of the day, hardships are always going to be there.
Yes.
But under what circumstances are you having those? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
If I start having those kinds of stresses, now my mental health is at stake. I don't have money for going to India to have the mentality. So I'm telling you, this is what happens with people. Money is an issue. So, because I feel like for you to get married, those hardships, they're always going to be there, even if you're 40 or 50. But is really your mental health that I don't know how, the proper word to use, but I feel like do you really feel like if you get married now you can handle that? Well, in my perspective, when I fail a test, I'm telling you, I spent the whole night thinking about how I failed that test. Now imagine having a husband and kids and oh my god,
and thinking about the test.
and now thinking about this test at the same time, and then the family, and then the money that I don't have. Oh my god.
I mean, I'm not saying that you are going to go and get married like tomorrow or be in a rush or something, but balancing our goals and our personal life, because marriage is not a part of those goals that we stay up late for.
Well, not at
Marriage
all.
is a part of personal life.
Yeah.
So we were talking, we were saying in pursuit of the goals that we want to achieve, we also have to take care of our personal life. Preparation for something like marriage. Soon it's gonna come and you'll be like not prepared because you are not used to having a lot of time to some things that are not earning you money, so that are actually building you up.
Yeah.
So I think marriage is a concern in our age.
Yes, it is, but what do you mean early age?
Early age, I mean before things get complex.
But we're not able to know when things are going to get complex.
Let's take, for example, let's take an example goal.
How old?
Education.
maybe specify the age. 'Cause
How
now,
how
there's
old?
no
have
age.
you
I
seen the
can
way
never.
ladies are like?
Let's say we are speaking in
25.
context of goals. So let's take, for instance, a goal, education. You are learning. You finish high school. You finish the bachelor's.
University.
You start masters. It's okay. You can learn that whilst the young age. I mean, whilst before. I mean, you can
Before you
finish
get
that
married.
before you get married. But starting doctorate, doing all those researches. So this comes down.
my
If I'm
God.
ready for that,
Oh
if I'm
my
ready
God.
for that,
So this,
I mean, it's
this,
the
this
best
comes
thing
down
to
to
do.
It
balancing.
is.
Paul, do you know how best it is to get married once you have your doctorate? There is nothing better than that.
I'm
For
telling
example, on the
you.
side of women, imagine me, picture me pregnant, and I'm going to school.
For class.
I
But then
mean,
if-
that's cool, but that is an outcome.
I mean,
That's not a way. Now we
I
are
mean,
talking
yeah,
about a
but-
way, a path.
But I'm telling you, if
I'm
you
actually
get
giving
married,
myself
you're
the
getting
hardest
pregnant.
way.
That is what happens. When you get married, you get pregnant.
And you can't no longer chase those goals.
Yes. And then when
But
you
you
get
can get married
pregnant,
and-
But you
get
ask
pregnant.
yourself, this is about balance. What is more important? Maybe it differs from person to person. What's more important, family or life goals or professional goals? But in a normal way, family has to be something bigger than anything.
but a family is something that you build. And how do you build that family?
You start the right time.
And the
let's
right
let's
hand?
Before-
let's
before
put it
you
in
get-
this way.
Mhm.
Let's see, or let's say that if I have a way to get married and I can keep up my goals and nothing is going to be restricted or nothing is going to be
Hindering your
distracted.
things.
Yeah, nothing is hindering another. I'll get married. But then if I get married and some of my goals are going to be hindered, I should not. Let's not put it in a way that it's necessary for you to get married at your young age. Well, if I have a way to get married and keep up my goals, keep chasing them, I have
Oh.
a supportive partner,
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
get married.
If we were
But
to
then-
say young age, I don't think it's clear.
You know,
If you say young
18
age-
years old people are now allowed to get married.
They're getting
Yeah,
married.
yeah.
Yeah, that's very scary.
That is why it might not be right if you say get married at young age or not, because young age or not differs from person to person. So you might find an older man in 40 years acting like a child. You might find
100%. 100%.
Yeah,
It's
that's
common.
Mm.
It's
That-
very
that is
common.
true. That is true, yeah. So for that person, he's at his young age. I consider that person a young age person because he's not acting his age. So on pursuit of achieving a goal, when I want to buy a car, for example, I have already made an order. I'm in maturity of that goal. So
Yeah.
if I were to do something regarding to that state of achieving that goal, I were set to do it.
So if I'm in a relationship, it means I'm ready for marriage.
Okay guys, enough with the marriage stuff. You know,
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of misconception around this in young people. Don't think about that. You're not even close to getting married.
I'm telling you.
Sure. Not anytime soon.
All right. We're going to get back to this concept, achieving goals. I've seen that it's common to, sorry to say this, but it's common to most of the girls who wraps all the goals they should have in life to one goal. You know what it is? Yeah, sure. So, guys, at some point it's disgusting. Like, for example, you've grown thinking that you're going to become a doctor. You are going to become someone great. At the age of 17, at the age of 17, we're wondering about when will I buy my first car, when will I buy my plot of land, when will I build a house, and all those kinds of stuff. And at the age of 21, you wrap all those goals around the same thing. I have to find.
Around one main source. One major source.
And what is that?
Marriage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What about
I know that's what you're going to say. That's what's coming. I can see it coming.
So
You want my opinion on that?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
I think that's a wrong thing to do. That's a really wrong thing to do. Because if you can see it currently, girls after like tomorrow I'm graduating from college, then I can see it's going to take me a long time to get what I've been dreaming to get: my own house, my own car, my business, helping my family. And now there is a man popping up with all the money, with a good house, with a nice car.
That's the other shortcut we were talking about.
He's just asking for one thing: Benie, marry me, and all of this is yours. And then now I'm going to put all my goals in one cage. By just marrying him, I have everything on the table.
Okay.
That's not good though on my side, because I feel like we should really work for what we want.
What's your take on it?
Well, at the end of the day, I feel like working for what you want comes in different ways. So you might think working for what you want is getting married to that person, and then he gives you what you want. But again, at the end of the day, I feel like that should never be what we think that it's the final destination. If I get married, boom, everything is done. Because at the end of the day, that can like slip away, and then you lose everything. So this is why you need to work for what you want, and then that man needs to find you with what you want. Yeah. As a person that anybody could wish to be with. Because I feel like if they just marry you, if you have money to go to Zanzibar, you're never going to work. Because you have money.
Yeah, sure.
Why would I even bother myself going to, spending the whole day selling things or doing whatever I'm supposed to do?
Okay.
So we need to work.
We have two situations. We have two scenarios. Working yourself up. Americans used to say, working your ass up. Working yourself hard. Working yourself up to get to what you want to achieve, and finding yourself a right husband who have all those kind of stuff. There are even young men. I'm not talking about just
young men finding themselves right wives.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
They're there.
If you were to hustle less, to struggle less to get to something, why would you want to work hard? Like it's not comfortable.
Let me tell you.
Like why? What's the value in working hard for something?
At the end of the day, that gives you value as a person. So do you care so much about you being valued as a person, or you just want that money? Because at the end of the day, working for that money comes with you presenting yourself as a person. Because again, there are a lot of ways of working for money.
Yeah, sure.
You already
and you're
know.
Feeling so proud of your hard work.
True. And then where you come from, are they really proud to say that is our girl? Or they're like,
maybe.
Or maybe, yeah, true.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're like, well, that's just it. What can we say? But again, at the end of the day, there are some girls who come from, let's say, like poor families, and if you don't get married, nothing is going to work out. That is true. It is a fact. It is a fact because you already know that you're never going to get that capital. Studying is not that easy. And then if you see a person who wants to pay for your tuition, he can marry you. Why not? He can still do that. But at the end of the day...
But what... I understand that. It might be even an option in some cases. But what does it take from you? And what do you get from working hard for something that you want to achieve?
As I was saying, you get that self-respect.
Yeah, I was going to say you make your mark.
You make your brand. Territory.
You brand yourself.
Yeah, we were born on this world to do something. It's not just, we didn't happen to just be here. So there's something we were born to achieve. You cannot do that by just getting married.
By just
you
letting
are
someone
cutting
do it
through
for
a
you.
lot of processes that could have transformed you, that could have gave you a platform of achieving something and making your mark. So when you die, after
how will we remember you?
what is it? How does it called? Shortcut.
It's a shortcut.
Yeah, sure.
Shortcut.
When you die, you're gonna be like you never been there. So you didn't
Nobody
give yourself
knows
chance
you.
to prove yourself, and no, not even prove yourself, to make your mark. Right. So guys, thank you for today. It was really a great conversation I had with these beautiful ladies. They are beautiful and still
Thank you.
We take the compliment though.
they are beautiful and still thoughtful. So I've heard both of them are. You guys,
What?
you are blessed.
Wow.
Yeah, sure.
Bless up.
I'm telling you.
Bless up.
So bless up, you guys. I love having you watch this show. You can tell you what you want us to talk about next in the comment section. You can tell you any insight. You can share your idea and how you feel about all the things we have talked about today. Thank you. Ciao, ciao.